Welcome to Lit Cooking with Viv, dishes in 10 minutes. Today I'm gonna attempt to do a ribeye steak in 10 minutes, and yeah, I don't know what I was gonna add to that, but ribeye steak in 10 minutes. And I got this really nice cut of ribeye at Costco. You can see the nice marbling. It's still, the color is really red and fresh. And yeah, and the ingredients you'll need are butter, rosemary, garlic, and salt and pepper. And that's it.
Okay, let's get this.
Okay, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes on the clock. Hopefully we can do it in 10.
Or less.
Or less. And we go. And we're gonna start by heating up our pan while we season the steak, just so we can do everything on time here. I'm using a cast iron pan, and I'm putting on high heat with some vegetable oil that's already in there. Okay, and for the steak seasoning, just use salt and pepper. So about like a little bit over 1 tablespoon for the whole steak. And you want to do the top right here. Top of the steak. Pepper. Flip.
What are your thoughts on people adding like different spices like garlic pepper or like using like the Montreal smoked meat, spices? What is your preference?
For me, I just like salt and pepper because it brings out like just the natural taste of fatty meat and steak that I like. Like I want to be able to taste the meat without any other ingredients. But like a little garlic powder is fine. Everyone has their own preference. But also, it's like since this is a 1-inch steak, it's pretty thick. You want to make sure you season the sides too. Don't miss out on the sides. Just because it's so thick.
Is ribeye your like favorite cut of steak or like?
Yeah, ribeye. Well, bone-in ribeye is my favorite, but ribeye is my favorite because of the meat to fat content. Like I love the fat, especially when it's burny. Oh my God, we didn't do cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay, let's bring all our ingredients over here. Got my butter over here already.
What other ingredients do you have over there?
My garlic and my rosemary.
Okay.
Tis all. And then when you feel it getting hot, want to heat it up for about like 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Just so when you place the steak in, it's like a nice.
Yeah, it has to make that sound, right?
Yeah, because you want to get the crust seared on the steak. And with the ribeye, it's really nice because it's fat. There's fat too, so it'll just be a nice golden brown.
And how long do you sear it for, like on each side?
Okay, so since this is a 1-inch thick steak, it's about like 3 minutes on each side. But I just do the OG way of testing the temperature or like the rarity. So like your index finger would be rare because your palm is super squishy. Middle finger would be medium rare, and these would be more well done. So medium rare would be the best. Still a little bounce when you push in on the steak. Push in.
And what's your take on people getting their steak other than medium rare?
They are not my friends. Like well done, I just don't understand.
Yeah, like imagine if someone went to like really like the keg and they got like a well done steak.
Yeah, and like blue rare is weird too. It's just like eating beef sashimi, which is like another whole other dish, but like for a steak, medium rare, people.
Okay. How much time is left?
6 minutes.
Alright.
So we're just gonna place this guy in now.
Let's hear the sear. Let's hear this.
Make
What's that
sure.
sound effect again? Hey, okay.
Just like that. So I'm gonna leave it searing on high like that for about 2 minutes. Then I flip it. I'm okay with flipping. A lot of people say, you know, don't touch the steak when you're cooking it, or you know, some people flip it too much. But I flip it, you know, 2 or 3 times. It's all good.
And when do you add this like butter, you know, garlic, rosemary?
Maybe it's just flinging everywhere, but I add everything like the last 2 minutes just to get the last bits of aroma out and you know, while I baste the steak, which you will see.
I noticed that you also use like a cast iron pan. Like, why not like a different pan? Like, why like a cast iron pan?
So cast iron pans, they just heat up very evenly, and it's good for cooking meats, especially on a gas stove too, where you can get like the whole pan super hot. Just drop your food in.
What else would you like use like a cast iron pan for?
So like any meats that like not fish, but like chicken, pork. You could also cook like potatoes, or I do like my Brussels sprouts in there. I also do like my breakfast hash with like chorizo or sausage, all in the cast iron.
Where'd you get this cast iron pan from?
I don't remember. That's just a regular cast iron pan. And it's been 2 minutes, so I'm gonna do a flippy flip.
Do this color. What? Like, when do you know?
It's just good when you see that the edge is browning up like that. Drop that. Another 2 minutes on this side, and after 2 minutes we can start adding the other ingredients. And we have 4 minutes left.
It's time, so you're not cheating.
I don't know if I'll be able to finish this in 10 minutes, but you know, I think I can do it. 2 minutes and then another 2 minutes. Might be like right on time, and then I can let it rest.
The rest can count as 10 minutes.
Yeah, once I take it off the stove, that's 10 minutes.
How long are you supposed to let it rest for?
Like about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people let it rest, you can put like extra butter on top for extra richness. That's up to you.
When I've seen some people on the internet, like they do like the whole reverse sear, like where they put it in the oven first and then they sear. Like, what's your take on that? Or like, which one do you prefer?
I haven't done a reverse sear just because I like this way, because you get like a crust on the outside and the inside is still like pretty pink. Whereas when you do it in the oven, it's kind of like all around pinkish, which is like just based on your preference. Like, if they're both good ways to cook a steak, but this way is also just faster for me. Just flip it and cook it in cast iron. It takes 10-ish minutes. If you do a reverse sear, it like takes a little longer because you gotta bake it at like 250, 270 for a longer period of time.
For someone who doesn't know how to like do the whole your OG, you know, rarity test, if someone had like a meat thermometer, like what's the temperature that you would take it out on, like for medium rare?
Yeah, so if you're comfortable with the temperature, what's it called? Meat thermometer. Medium rare would be like 135, but you just take it off at like 131, 132, because once you let it rest, it's still cooking a little bit.
And I've seen some people who like, once they take it off, they put like tinfoil over it, or like they put it back in the oven. Like, do you think all that stuff makes a difference for your steak?
Yeah, that's just extra, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna flip it again. It's been 2 minutes.
See this color.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then now I could add my butter. It's about 1 tablespoon of butter. Make sure you get it all around the pot.
So that's the color you want, eh? Like that little
Garlic.
brown spot?
Yeah, like golden brown crispy meat. Ah, it got me.
Yeah, burn.
It's okay. That's the chef life. And rosemary. You gotta come look at this, man. It's like a work of art. You got your bubbles, butter, rosemary, and then now
Garlic.
I baste.
Okay.
So always remember that cast iron, even the handle is hot, so don't hurt yourself. Get a towel, do this, tip it over a little bit, start basting.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Baste it for like, 20, 30 seconds.
And what does this really do for those who don't know?
So I'm really like getting the oil and the butter infused with this garlic and rosemary right now, and putting it over just like keeps the whole steak juicy and infusing it with all those flavors. That's good. And how much time is left?
You have 1 second.
And it's done. It's actually done.
Okay.
I did it.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm gonna take it off.
Okay.
Oh my god, we did it right on time. I'm just gonna get it up here. Yep. I'm gonna pick the best side here.
This is always the presentation side.
I think that's it.
Let's see this.
Wait, let me put this down. Let's see the steak. Come close to it. It glistens. Yeah. See, it's nice, like golden brown around. The fat, that piece right there, is gonna be good. And you know, now it's time to let it rest about 5 minutes. So, cue the intermission music. All right, so clearly there's no sound because we got a little too excited about the new microphone and didn't turn it on.
Take responsibility for that as well.
Yeah, but this voiceover will do just fine. So we let the steak rest for about 5 minutes to keep all the juices in.
Correct.
And I'm about to cut in.
You're probably saying right now that, you know, come take a look here. You know, the steak is cut medium rare. As you can see, once you cut it, it should be pink. And
it's pink.
It is pink.
It's pink inside.
Yummy.
And take a look at this piece right here.
You show this piece off. Look at this magic.
Perfect pink.
Look at this magic piece.
And I wanted to say that this steak is kind of a little more on the rare side than it is medium rare, but that's how I like it.
I think that's exactly what you said right there. If you were to match your voice to your mouth, you would. That's exactly what it says.
And it's tasting time.
That's the sound that you're making right now.
Let me do the real sounds. Oh yeah, you get all the fat
and
juices.
Now you can taste all the flavor. You know how it's like a good quality steak, and you're just like orgasmic.
Look at my face.
It's like sex in your mouth right there. See?
Yep, that's perfect steak.
That's
right there. Perfect steak in 10 minutes. Can't even see anymore. That's what I just did.
That's the approval nod from Lit Viv.
Lit Cookin with Viv.
Okay.
And I'm just cutting a few more slices here so we can present it nicely.
It's always about the presentation. Always. Look at you lining it up piece by piece.
You gotta fan it out so you can see the perfect cooking.
Okay. What else? Did you add salt to this?
It was salted and peppered before cooking, and if you want, you could add more butter to it after while it rests, but that's just a little too rich for me. And here I'm adding in the garlic and rosemary from the cooking oil.
Which is always good to eat. Like you could eat the garlic with a piece of your steak. It's actually pretty good. Like it's not raw. It doesn't taste bitter.
Yeah, it's fried enough in the oil where you can cut into it and eat it.
Yeah, and look at that presentation
Look
skill
at
right
that
there.
glistening steak. Look at that. Look at that rosemary on the steak.
You see that look? You see that face you just gave? You're like, yeah, I did it.
Steak in 10 minutes. Perfect steak. Try the steak out for yourself and let me know how it goes. If you want it to be a little more on the medium rare side or medium, just add another 1 to 2 minutes on each side while you cook. The last sniffers here. It's so good. So glistening. Alright, bye. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and also follow me on Instagram.